Heyo, what up, and welcome back Senpai to probably the greatest game ever made. Let It Die. So I'm going to start this video off with a little bit of a rant, because a lot of people are under the misconception that this game is pay to win, or freemium, whatever you want to call it. Well, let me show you why that isn't the case with three very simple things. So first of all, you see here that I'm using my essentially maxed out character that I've invested countless of progress towards, like a lot of hours, okay? Now, what am I going to do with them, might you ask? Well, I'm going to send them to the Shadow Realm, to demonstrate that at no point do you ever have to spend real money to bring your character back. So, aim at the floor, and kablooey. They are most certainly dead, and usually you're given the option to spend one death metal to revive them, but because there's an event right now, as you can see here, we can actually revive ourselves for free once per day. And these events are pretty damn frequent as well, so let's just take that into mind as well. But we're going to refuse that offer, and we're going to get sent back to the freezer, which is pretty much our character selection screen. Now, you'll see that there are a few options, either revive using kill coins, or death metals, but because I haven't used my freebie yet, that is the option instead. Now, first of all, you can see that we do in fact have an option to revive without using a premium currency, and so that is what we're going to do. We're going to spend the kill coins and bring our character back. I should also note that the premium cost to revive here is 3 death metals instead of 1 as well, but bear in mind that this is the safe room and you're no longer in any danger, so it kind of makes sense. And as a side note, kill coins are relatively easy to farm. TDM, for example, is a great way to farm it because a lot of players are nice enough to not put in any strong defenders, making it very easy to just run in, steal their money, and run back out. Plus, it's always a good idea to keep a reserve of kill coins just in case your climb does go super south. So my next point is the decals, which are basically the perks, and all of them that I use except for one, which is the Ultimate Fighter's Return, I got absolutely for free, and I'll explain more about that one in particular in a moment. Now, the mushroom stews, they reward random decals, and the odds are exactly the same between the kill coin and the premium ones, as their lineups are pretty much identical, excluding the newer ones that get added, but they do get later added to the free kill coin ones as well. There are also occasionally special Primo stews featuring a limited pool of 20 decals. These ones you can only spend premium currency on, and these essentially just give you a better chance of getting a specific one that you're looking for. Like if it is within that pool of 20, you have a 1 in 20 chance of getting whatever's in there. But again, you're not guaranteed to get them, and these decals aren't exclusive to the Primo stew either. But some of them can be, if they're special event ones or crossovers, such as Ultimate Fighter's Return. It's pretty helpful, but you don't have to use it. The only reason to really pull for something like that is if you want to min-max your build. No more, no less. It is far from mandatory, as climbing beyond floor 120 is really unnecessary unless you want to make it to floor 351, like I do. But yet again, you can do that without using the exclusive decals. And finally, let me ask you this. If you was to give a monkey a calculator, would that make them a mathematician? Well, if you said yes, congratulations, here's your prize of funny money. But no, in all seriousness though, of course not. If I was to give an unexperienced player my character, like this character right here with all of this gear, the maxed out decals, whatever you want to say, right, and told them to climb to floor 150 without dying, I don't think they would be able to. Even though that's a very easy task, because spending money doesn't make you better at this game, and it never really will, because you can't brute force your way through the game, and the purpose of spending money is primarily for convenience, because pay to win would imply that money is needed to be spent in order to actually beat the game, which isn't the case, considering I have beaten this game on my first playthrough, my first blind playthrough with no knowledge whatsoever, and I didn't spend anything. So the game is difficult, and it is far from artificial. I'm not really sure where that point came from, because I feel like the game's difficulty does scale pretty well, and players that actually take the time to learn and practice this game, such as myself, we understand that. Plus the developers are generous enough to give us paid content for free, such as death metals, express passes, and even decals. And while the evidence here speaks for itself, I mean, look, they give a lot of stuff out for free. They're doing events constantly. I just say that if you want to play this game, just ignore the paywall comments. And like, it's a free-to-play game. You have nothing to lose, and you have potentially a lot to gain, because this game is really fun. And I think with all of that out of the way, I am curious as to what you guys think about this, so let me know in the comments your opinions and experiences with playing this game, or if I've convinced you to try it out, because I do feel like many newer players are deterred from playing this game, due to the negative stigma surrounding it, and I want to try and break that. But anyways, back onto the game and the grind, baby, because we are still currently working on upgrading our gear for taking on the Awakened Jackals, aka the Lurking Death, and Body Collectors. And the yo-yo is our main priority at the moment, but in order to upgrade it any further, we have to fight the V3s, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. So instead I'm considering checking out and showing off the NEO War Ensemble, as I'm fairly confident that we are strong enough to do that. Also, the loot from NEO floors are considerably better and more reliable than when you're in Tengoku, because in order to get the loot that you'd get in NEO, you would have to climb to I think floor 100 or above in Tengoku before you even have a chance of getting loot that's as good as this. But before we get into any of that, we need to go over our gear. So, funnily enough, we've actually made quite a lot of progress, as you can see here. So, I'm currently working on being able to do NEO DOD, and for that we're going to be using the Happy Wheeler gear. The only reason I'm not using this is because of the Butcher decal, and realistically speaking, when you're climbing the NEO floors, damage is priority. Well, to be fair, just any endgame content really, even Tengoku. Although the M2G is a really good weapon for climbing, it's not that reliable against bosses, especially Hell Napalm. So, she has a lot of pierce resistance, and she's very scary. Let's put it that way. And realistically, the only way I'm going to be able to fight her is if I get lucky with mushroom spawns. I don't know if Machete's going to cut it, no pun intended. Magnum's okay, Stun Rod's terrible, Shotgun's mid, Sniper Rifle, I mean it's a Sniper Rifle, it's not really going to do much. And then of course we have the Kamas, the plague of the game. I'm going to be honest, this is probably the best option, but the only issue is, my shooter class isn't maxed and neither is my attacker. That's kind of what's putting me off wanting to do it. The NEO floors only go up to 100 anyway, so I don't think the fighters are the concern here. It's gonna be the boss. And of course, Hell Napalm, she's scary, bro. I've said it many times before and I'll say it again, she's terrifying. And so, if I'm to use the shooter, climbing the floors won't be the issue, it's gonna be the boss. That's what we're gonna be mostly preparing for. And I think going for an infinite ammo Kamas build is the way to go. But before we do anything else, because I don't want to stare at my dude's ass, we are going to change our drip, and we're going to change it to something else this time. I'm curious to see how this would look. What about the legs? That's the tricky part. I want something that's red. Let's try that, see how that looks. Honestly, that's not too bad, I kind of like it. It's very menacing. Low-key, kinda fire. Bro's dripped out. Okay, and just before we get started, let's do a quick rundown on what we're taking. So, first things first, with the decals, basically running the same thing as last time. So, if you haven't watched my older videos on this game, please check them out so that you know everything that you need to know, because I do go over quite a lot of useful info. Now, Final Hero, pretty damn good, keeps me alive. If I do take damage from a stray bullet or whatever, I'll heal it back up, and then I get my bonus damage back. Pretty simple, pretty effective. Plus it keeps me alive, I mean defense by 40 when at full health, so if something does hit me, I've got a pretty good damage resist. Now Trigger Happy gives me infinite ammo and a nice little bit of damage on my assault rifle. Then of course we've got the crit, and crit again with bonus crit damage. So, you know, crit is still goated, it is what you need. Then this buffs my attack, and obviously it reduces my defense, but since I'm using ranged weapons, I shouldn't be really getting hit anyway, so it's okay. And then Professional Cosplayer, which just gives me an all-rounder in terms of stats, you know, attack power, critical hit, and a little bit of defense. And last but not least, we have Spy. I love Spy, what can I say? See, I would run Serial Killer, I would run SK, but I don't think I could really swap anything else that I have here out for it. Possibly Final Hero, maybe Special Unit Captain. But outside of that, I mean, these still provide very valuable amounts of attack percentage, and they're a lot more reliable. So that's kind of why I'm sticking with these, because if I do fight Hell Napalm, there's a very high chance that she's just going to hit me straight away anyway. So if that happens, I'm going to lose them stacks, and that decal becomes basically worthless. But anyways, let's get out of that, shall we? And for weapons, I mean, pretty self-explanatory, we're going to be using the Kamas. And for armor, of course, the Assault Master, because it works with a decal, it's the only thing that works with that decal. And if I want infinite ammo and I just want to spray Hell Napalm to death, I've got no choice but to use this. Oh, and one last thing before we actually go. Where is it? Is it picture book? Yes. So, mushrooms. These are actually going to be very important. Crushrooms, these are pretty common, so these are going to be very helpful. If I find them, I'm going to pick them up. Same applies to Slowmungus, but generally speaking these are pretty rare, so I'm going to be getting the counterparts, which are the cat eyes. You've also got Sting Shrooms, but the only issue with Sting Shrooms is that although they do have better damage buffs, like, you know, you see the attack up by 75, damage up by 25 compared to Crushroom, which only gives me 50% attack up. The thing is, although these are better, you can only get them from Scorpions, and I mean, you're not always guaranteed to run into Scorpions, so same applies to Dragon Shrooms. These can only be found from killing lizards, and I'm not really sure how many floors actually have them, so we're not really going to bet on finding these. We could also get Umbrella Red Fungus. This is also very helpful. It's Cat Eye Shroom, but a little bit worse. And obviously Invis means that, you know, you can't get a load of cheap shots off in a short amount of time, compared to Cat Eye Shroom, where you can just quickly slow down time, run behind Hell Napalm, and just shoot in the back, because, here's a fun fact, when you attack an enemy from behind, they take additional damage. I think it's either 10 or 20% bonus damage. So Cat Eye Shroom is pretty much what I'll be looking out for the most. Now, the only issue here is that obviously it reduces HP, and I've got Final Hero, and obviously Final Hero, as I was describing earlier, only works when I'm at full health. Is there anything else that I could swap this out with? Like, one shot, one kill would be really nice here, but the issue is, Hell Napalm doesn't take headshot damage. None of the Forcemen take headshot damage, so no matter where you hit them, they'll take the same amount of damage. I mean, Billy the Kid's okay, it's not great. We've got Golden Jim. Where's the Assault Rifle Addict? Because that one's basically the same, and it looks cooler. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go with that, because Ultimate Fighter is good, but I don't think it'll provide nearly enough useful stats, so yeah, we'll go with this one. Alright, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Oh, okay. So, Hell Napalm, she is a little bit different to her regular counterpart as well. So, she has different damage resistances, but on top of that, make sure we go to the right one, there we go. Her M2G is a little bit different to the one that we have, because hers can set you on fire. Yep, and as most of you probably know, or if you play this game, fire is pretty bad because it's one of the few things that can just shred the durability of your armor. And obviously you don't want that to happen. Like, once your armor breaks, yeah, it's pretty much game over. You are screwed if you have no armor. It's very, very useful, and it's very, very important to keep you alive. Alright, let's go then, shall we? So I can't imagine the Kamas being too effective, but it will be good enough. Because obviously we're in War Ensemble, everything here is War Ensemble related. So everyone's going to have very high pierce resistance. Or they should, I should say. But so far so good. I don't know if I'm going to rely on the Bronson Magnum, but I guess we'll just take it anyway. Gun is gun. Oh, and we'll take a sniper rifle too. Yoink. Hey there, buddy. Wow, even a headshot. God damn. How you doing, pal? Hey, that's rude. So yeah, the Magnum's really good for that one purpose. If they block, you can just hit them through their block. Can you stop blocking? Bro! Man, I hate clangs. Clangs are the worst. Yeah, that's pretty bad. We've only got snails. We need good mushrooms, man. Come on! Well, that's the first floor dealt with. I mean, it's pretty much just going to be that over and over until I think floor 70. I think floor 70 is when you fight the first Hell Napalm. And I think floor 70 and 80 she has the same amount of health. And then 90 to 100 she has more. But basically, once you reach floor 100 and beat her, I think that's the end. You actually can't climb any higher beyond that. So obviously, if you do want to climb to 351, you have no choice. But, oh my god, this does no damage. Wow. Pew. Yeah, I'm just having fun at the moment. I'm kind of goofing around. So yeah, if you do want to actually climb, you just go to Tengoku, but yet again, you don't really get good loot until you go beyond floor 100. And it can take a good few hours before you even reach floor 100, so yeah, I mean the choice is yours really. I'm just kind of trying this place out because it will be a much more reliable source of farm, but I obviously don't have what I need yet, or at least I don't think I have what I need yet. Yeah, Crush Room, finally! A mushroom that will prove to be very useful and handy later. And that's just a bunch of snails. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? At least the good thing with the Kamas is you can pretty much snipe people with this thing. It's relatively accurate. And the only one that can really counter-hit me is the sniper haters, but they're pretty predictable. They stand still before they shoot, like you can tell when they're gonna shoot at you. So as long as you just dodge it or sidestep it, you're Gucci. But from the looks of things, we're pretty damn good. Alright, let's keep this shotgun guy at bay. And the benefit of holding on to reserve Kamas's is that if you do start to run low in one, just swap over to the other one. And then once you're done fighting, reload, rinse and repeat. You know, it's always quicker to swap to your secondary than it is to reload, so that is exactly what we're doing. I think it's safe to say that preparation is key, especially when you're in the higher floors of this game, because one mistake here, especially with the shooter, is very, very fatal. Like, if I get caught, I am almost guaranteed dead. Yeah, so you've got to be very careful. Ah, lovely, killing floors. I hate killing floors, by the way. I think they're really stupid. They just stall out so much time. Especially if the floor up... Oh, okay, no, this is fine. I was going to say, if the floor up is like right at the start and you have to run to the other end of the arena and then come all the way back, yeah, it's an absolute ball ache. But thankfully, the game was nice and gave me a nice floor. Because, generally speaking, War Ensemble doesn't really have any flaws that I dislike. It's mostly Candlewolf. Candlewolf is the only place that I actually despise. Because some of them floors are, they are so long. And I hate the maze. The maze is terrible. If you don't have the M2G, you're almost guaranteed to get hit. Yeah, shooting around a left turn is really bad because you always shoot with your right side. And you can't flip the camera over. So shooting around a right turn is really good because you can pre-fire. Left turn, not so much. Nah, that's a helmet shroom. That's not going to serve as much purpose. 2 helmet shrooms. No! I need damage. Helmet shroom's kind of useless, man. Man, got quite the gang over here. Let's see if I can get them all in one shot, shall we? We'll go for about that height. Bit too far. Oops, that's fine. How did these two not... What? They just didn't care. What? Oh, I've run out of rage. Oops. Okay. Okay, we'll go for the squishier one then. Because that guy's got a full set of, PS armor. So we'll just blow him up. He might have taken a lot of bullets to kill there, potentially, so I ain't taking any chances. That is one important thing you should definitely take note when playing this game. Understanding armor. Because if you don't know what kind of armor the enemy has, how do you know how to combat them? So we're already on floor 55, I mean, we are chilling. So sometimes you do have to fight Dons, but obviously recreations, a lot tougher versions of the original Dons. And to be honest, they can be kind of scary. So fingers crossed we don't run into any of those. Because obviously the shooter isn't the most reliable when it comes to taking them out. And also, I'm just demonstrating here that the enemies always spawn in the same pattern. So once you've got it locked down, I mean, you're never really going to get caught off guard. So by that I mean they will always spawn top left, top right, bottom right, and then bottom middle. And they always spawn in the same locations every time, regardless of what faction they are. So all you do is rinse and repeat this, wait until Tuba Guy comes, kill him, and job's a good one. That is purple roids. Yes! Oh, we're getting lucky with loot. Very, very nice. Although in terms of mushrooms, not so much. We haven't found any cat eyes, and I'm a little bit scared. It might be a smart idea to buy another Kamas. So I have like a third reserve of ammo, just in case I have to swap to my third gun during the fight. Yeah. You know it's better safe than sorry, right? I think if I do die to Hell Napalm, which is a very high possibility, hopefully I'll be able to cheese the free revive to just finish her off. If I get to half health before I die, I mean, it shouldn't be too bad, fingers crossed. But like, if I do die on the first fight, yeah, I'm not going any further and I'm going straight back to Tengu. Bro, how many clangs am I gonna get? Die! Jesus. That is my least favourite enemy to go up against. He's so tanky. You know what? You're coming with me. Mr. Froggy! He'll be my emotional support pet for the rest of this run. And anytime I need him, I'll just I'll just hold him. Mr. Froggo! All my homies love frogs. Man, I love frogs. Alright, this floor. This one can be a bit tricky. So, I'm going to use a trick that I actually saw someone else do. I'm curious if it works. So, you stand right here, and if you jump... Okay, it didn't work. Oh, there we go. Nice. It gets their attention. So then they come out of their little hole, their little hidey hole. But I think it only works on that one. I don't think it works on the one that's very bad. So I've got to hope that these next few mushrooms that I run into are what I need, because I'm a little bit scared. All I have is crushrooms. I don't have anything else. And I really do need a cat eye or invis. If I don't get any of those, we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so far we haven't had much luck with mushrooms. I'm gonna be honest, Chief, this is looking pretty bad. I mean, we might be able to beat her without the mushrooms and just the damage, but I really do want, like, at least some safety, you know? If I don't have slow or invis, we're in a lot of danger. Man, you guys are, like, very resistant. Just die. God damn. Yes! Okay, we got a rib fungus. Thank God. Oh my goodness. Can you die? Oh, that's a Kamas behind you. I need to focus your Kamas friend. Unless I just shred your armor off. That works too. Yeah, anytime you see a Kamas or any ranged enemy, prioritize them. Just ignore the guy that's in front of you. So yeah, you saw it there. He stopped blocking for a very short moment, and in that time frame, I basically did over half his health. That's pretty much the playstyle. It's a bit stupid, it's a little bit silly, but it works, so, you know, it is what it is, and that's why a lot of people do use the Camas as well, because it's very, very simple, and it's very easy to use. All you have to do, point, aim, and keep shooting. That's all there is to it. There we go. Get him in a better position so I can shoot him in the back. And dead. Yeah, like, what can the AI do against that? You just shoot them and keep shooting them, and they just eventually die. Because another thing as well is that most of the haters have very low durability on their armor, so you can generally break it quite easily. That's why it's always good to bring a fire weapon with you. So the Flame Wand, or even the Firefly, which is the Napalm M2G. I just remembered its name. That is also a very good weapon to bring, so in some ways, farming Napalm here might actually be worth it, because having her exclusive weapon would prove to be very useful next to my standard M2G. Oh, and speak of the devil, I guess she spawns at floor 60. Well then. Okay, emotional support frog. What have you got for me? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You got any words of wisdom? Thanks, buddy. Alright. That's good enough. We do have one rib fungus, so let's just hope that this works. We're fully reloaded. We are pretty much ready to go. Or as ready as we can be. Whilst we're here, we might as well watch the cutscene. Okay, let's go. So she's gonna do that, and it's mushroom time. So I'm gonna eat 2 mushrooms, and then wait for it to reload. Does my invis not work? Okay, it does. Good. Is she gonna get groggied? Bro! Please! So yeah, the entire building and the structures have already gone. That is lovely. Okay, so I don't... Oof. I'm gonna swap weapons, actually. So as long as I don't get too close to her, I'm basically Gucci. And the only time I can really attack her is if she reloads. That's pretty much it. So just circle around her, play it safe, don't do anything silly. Oof. 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 Block that. Ouch. Oh my god, she hit me with 1 bullet and I'm nearly dead. Bro. Holy schmoly. How the hell? Oh, there we go. She reloaded. Can you get groggy, please? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we don't have nearly enough damage for her, I'm going to be honest, Chief. But we've got a below half, so if I do die here, we can just cheese her. Oh, my stamina's really bad. Oh my god. Yeah, keep shooting the rockets. Even though it makes no difference to your total ammo count, because you just reload whenever you feel like it. Yeah, she breaks the rules. Ouch! Yeah, if she does the blue wave right on top of you, big bad. Yeah, taunt me. It's one of the few times she does taunt you, actually. Oh man, it's a good thing I brought a third gun, I should say. I just need a moment to swap to it. Ah, crap. Yeah. She's tough. She's really tough. Yeah, we can continue. I just have to be very, very quick here. I can see where she is vaguely. Okay, she's groggied and dead. Good. I mean, we almost did get her. I think it was just the fact that we was a little bit slow at the start and we didn't have a Slowmungus. If we had, I should say a cat eye shroom, because Slowmungus are really rare. I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. If I could slow down time, I think we would have had it. But yeah, as things are, I don't think we're ready. I'm gonna be honest, Chief. I didn't even think you had to fight her this early. What the hell happened? Oh. Did I miss a cutscene? What happened there? That was weird. Wow, yeah. I think we should go back to Tengoku for a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. That was scary. I actually died. Like, damn. Yeah, don't mess with her. I mean, I already knew how scary she was, but that, wow. Whew. Okay, and what do we get? We got some Deathroids, very, very nice. Money, that is not so nice. Is that all I get? Damn, that's disappointing as all hell. Yikes, I got nothing good from her. Jesus, bro. Right, yeah, let's head back. Wow, she's tough. But at least we know what we're up against now. And so, there we are. We did indeed manage to beat Hell Napalm, albeit we did die, so that does mean that we probably aren't prepared. At least not yet. Which is okay, because we can simply return back to Tengoku and farm that for now. But if you have enjoyed this video and you do want to see me attempt to beat Hell Napalm, reach floor 100, and potentially do all of the Neo floors as well, make sure to let me know by subscribing, liking, and leaving a comment, as I do make sure to read and reply to every single one. So if you do have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to throw them my way, because I do make sure to check them out, as I'm also considering setting a like goal for my future videos, where I'll do specific challenges or upload uncut attempts, so if you're curious and you want to watch this kind of stuff, please let me know. Well, anyway, that's all for now. Thank you, dear viewer, for watching this video until the very end. It seriously means a lot to me, like genuinely, thank you. And I'll hopefully catch you later, so take care.